You create a world when you're pregnant that revolves around someone new coming into it, and when they don't, that leaves a massive hole, not just for yourself and your partner, but family members, friends. And then it's not your job to navigate it, but you feel like it's your job to navigate everyone else's emotions as well as your own. April 2024, I lost my daughter at 35 weeks pregnant. I had a very sudden placental abruption in an otherwise healthy pregnancy. So my daughter was stillborn at 35 weeks. She was called Ali. And yeah, obviously since then I've been dealing with baby loss and the grief that follows. The impact has definitely been felt beyond myself and my partner. For my mum and dad, it was their first grandchild and they were obviously devastated, but one of the things my dad always said was he grieved for Ali, but he grieved for me too, because the worst thing in the world had happened to his little girl. So he'd lost his granddaughter, but he was also watching his little girl in pain, and that was difficult. For my sister, for instance, she was there the night everything happened. She was in the hospital supporting me through labour and afterwards, and she has a lot of trauma now from that whole period of time, because I got quite unwell and didn't know if I would survive that period. So she has a lot of kind of trauma and difficulty now with that. So yeah, it doesn't just affect the mum and dad. It definitely goes massively beyond that. I think in some ways it's been not a positive impact, but I think there's been a lot of awareness kind of expanded or raised since we've lost Ali. I think a lot of people around us, same as us, we naively thought that you get to a certain point in pregnancy and you're safe, especially if there's no problems, nothing's been flagged up. And I think it's taught a lot of people about how fragile pregnancy can be. I was referred into Leo's by the hospital. I was told that a referral had gone in. At the time, I didn't really know what that meant. I wasn't really comprehending it, and just said, yeah, give me absolutely anything I can access, because I knew that even though I didn't know what was ahead, I knew it was going to be hard and I knew I couldn't do it on my own. I then got a call that arranged, that kind of explained that I was going to get a peer mentor, someone with lived experience. And again, I think even at that point, I was open to it, but didn't really realise what I was getting myself into quite yet. I was just like, yeah, whatever, we'll see. And then got assigned a peer mentor. And after meeting my peer mentor for the first time, I remember her leaving the house and I just sobbed, but it was relief. It was just so, utter relief. I felt so seen and heard, and I just felt like somebody had just wrapped me up in bubble wrap and was just like, we've got you. We're not gonna let you go. Like, yeah, we'll be with you as long as you need. Which is so unique, because with a lot of services you can access in counselling, you've got a deadline. You've got 5 sessions, 8 sessions, or you're waiting for someone to go, actually, you're better now, we'll just let you go on. So knowing that it was very explicitly stated, we are here as long as you need us, was such a relief. And I think when something like this happens, your world stops, and slowly everybody else's world starts spinning again. Even, parents, siblings, friends, everybody does get on with life and you're still stuck. So knowing you have got someone there that is sat with you in the stuck is just amazing. It's, a very isolating experience, but Leo's is, just changed that completely for me. So I'm very grateful for that. Even though it's quite a common experience, I think the different levels of baby loss, as you get further along in a pregnancy, they're so unique, especially when it comes to stillbirth. It's not that common. It's more common than you'd think, but it's quite hard to find people that you connect with. So the people at Leo's, because they have lived experience, they get it. And I could have a friend say to me, you will be okay one day, and I just wouldn't believe it. But having it from a peer mentor that has lived it, you believe it instantly, and you take on what they say because you know they actually do know. So that support is just invaluable. I know I wouldn't be doing as well as I am now, a year and a bit down the line, without that support. It's just been fantastic. This is something that can really change it will change a person regardless, but it could really be a pivotal point in your life where your personality, your direction, your mental health, everything could change, but for the worst for a long time if you're not careful. I think it could put you down a completely different path and spiral you as a person. And I think this charity kind of bubble wraps you and keeps you safe, in a sense that it helps you work through your problems, but at your pace, but you do feel like you're confronting your problems and you're doing the work to stop yourself from kind of going down a path that you're going to get stuck down. And I think that it just prevents you getting to a point where you're 5 years down the line on your own, reliving everything because you've never worked through it. They get in at the start if you want to access that, and hold your hand all the way through.